Welcome to the Broke Jugglers Project. My name is Jeff Harden. I'm the founder and only volunteer in the Broke Jugglers Project, and this is my first video update. Welcome. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I assure you I'm going to be just as awkward and weird the whole way through, so strap in. There's a ton of stuff that I would love to cover, and eventually I will cover this all. I'm planning on doing very regular video updates, but this is my first one, and this is where I tell you what it is I'm trying to accomplish. So in this video, I'm going to cover what I want to do, what I absolutely am not going to do, and why I want to do it. And I'm going to do it completely backwards. I'm going to start with why. Alright, why this is a thing, why I have taken the effort to put this into the internet stratosphere and see if I can make something of it is basically, I think that I can make quality juggling props and get them in the hands of kids that are learning to juggle and getting into juggling and maybe just starting to take it a little more seriously. I think I can do that for well under what it costs for a good quality prop now. I think it's way too expensive to get the good stuff, as it were, and I think that I can help alleviate some of that cost. Now, what I am absolutely not going to do, I've had a lot of insight and a lot of advice from a few friends of mine from all different walks of life, one or two jugglers or performers, a web analyst, some business owners. Two things kept coming up. One, is this $1 million idea? And two, how are you going to compete with the big guys in such a small market? I'll address the first one, and I want to be absolutely clear. And right about now, my web analyst friend, hi Dan, is going to start pulling his hair out. This is not necessarily $1 million idea. I don't care if it's $1 million idea, because that is not my goal. This is not about money, and if it were, I'd call it the Rich Jugglers Project. How did I put it? I'm not out to make $1 million with this. I'm out to make 1 million jugglers. If I can even do remotely well and end up affording to pay myself minimum wage, but while producing these props, I'll be more than happy. Second, how am I going to compete with the big guys? It's easy. I'm not going to. I don't want to compete with the big guys. One thing that kept coming up in different conversations with friends of mine was, do you really think you're going to dethrone, I'm trying not to use them by name, but I'll go ahead and do it because I think the world of them. The big two for me are Dubé and Renegade. They're both fantastic companies. They both have great props, and their props are very well made. I have Dubé clubs. I have PX3 clubs from Renegade. I've had Renegade brand clubs in the past. They do what they do well. I'm not trying to dethrone them. But in the juggling world, when you're buying props, there's this huge discrepancy. It's I hate to make a political joke, but the middle class has disappeared. You've got the high-end guys, and you've got the low-end guys, and in between, there's just nothing. So you pay what you would pay for an awesome, high-quality prop, and it does cost a little bit of money. And then for the affordable stuff, you end up with pieces of crap, for lack of a better way to say it. And basically, I want to take the little guys out, make myself the bad guy here. I want to, I think that on the low end, I can make a much higher quality prop for even less than the crap is coming out now. So I'm not after the big guys. I want the big guys to stay. I can't imagine I'm even going to make a dent. I might be half a drop in two of their buckets. But for some of the stuff I've bought that ended up being terrible, yeah, let's make that not a thing. Alright, what am I going to do? This is where you guys come in. Basically, I'm going to fundraise, and the goal initially is to make prototypes, albeit I'm going to make a ton of prototypes. My first two products are going to be Russian-style balls and clubs. Now, the reason I'm fundraising and just not letting this happen organically is these guys, Russian balls. I made these about 2 years ago, by the way. I still love them. These are not hard to make. I'm not going to try and, lie to you and say that it's my design and I came up with a fancy way to put sand in a ball and that's what sets me apart. No, these are easy to make. They're stupid easy to make. Go on Google. You can find instructions right now. But, for somebody that's new in the community and doesn't know what this is called or has never even heard of this, they're not going to know to look for it. So maybe I can get this to them and I can get it to them for, $3 a ball, as opposed to the higher end guys are like $9-10 a ball, and then you get into weird fusion that are like $11 to $15 a ball. I can make these for almost nothing, sell them for $3, which is enough to cover like shipping and maybe pay myself a quarter for doing it. And I didn't think that doing these by itself was enough to get to the clubs, which is really where things are going to take off if they do. So I started a GoFundMe. Hopefully I can raise a little bit of money, get the equipment that I need. Once I have the equipment, it's an initial startup fee. I can make clubs high quality, almost as high quality as, Dubé and Renegade, hopefully. Please don't smite me for saying so. But hopefully I can get to right around their quality for less than, let's face it, the Amazon clubs, for less than they charge. And that's when things are going to start to get interesting. The profit margin is going to be much, much lower, but the price will be a little bit higher than these. So I'll start making money. That's phase one. If that goes reasonably well, then I can start making other props like poi, cigar boxes, maybe even rings with the equipment I'm going to get. But the list goes on, and phase two, hopefully, will last a couple months to a year and a half, and phase three will be making it a full-fledged business, maybe even opening a store, or at least putting some really nice shelves in my basement. But that's what I want to do. So I'm appealing to you guys. Do you think this is a good idea? If you don't think it's a good idea, can you share it with people who might? But that's my first video update. Sorry it's a little scattered. I didn't want to write out a script and be going, I am going to do my best to pledge allegiance to... I didn't want to do that. I wanted this to be very casual. I wanted you to see, how passionate I am about this and why I think this is such a good idea. So, more video updates to come. If you can't donate but you think this is a good idea, please share, like, comment. Every little bit will get me a little bit more exposure and help get this thing starting to snowball. So thanks for watching. I'll do a couple more tricks and see you for the next video update. See you guys.